Hello, everybody, and welcome to another amazing episode of Life Theories. We've got a full house of panelists for you today, and we're really excited about it. Cortez is back from his little venture off doing whatever you were doing, Cortez. It's good to have you back. Really good to see you back on the panel.
I was recuperating.
Recuperating, well, that's good, man. We all fucking need that, especially with what's going on in the world today.
That's it.
It's been absolutely bonkers out there with the energy shifts and all that. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. So we've got Diana from Trailblazers of the Universe. We've got Cortez Medford from Spiritual Needs TV, Jay from Journey of a White Feather, and Solomon King, and myself, Sarah from Big Soul Healing. And today we're going to talk to you guys about a little bit of everything. It's going to be a little bit of a melting pot of ideas. We're going to chat a lot about the Mercury retrograde and all the other beautiful stuff that's going on in space right now that definitely affects our energies, and how we can flow through those energies while practicing non-attachment, letting go, and just taking things the way for what they are without putting our own perceived ideas or notions on what's happening, and just allowing things to be. So yeah, let's get into it. Sounds like it's going to be a juicy one today, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, I just got through doing my Palo Santo.
Yeah.
You got your
So
Palo Santo
Solomon.
today?
Yeah, I just got through doing it.
Yeah, man. How's everyone going?
Oh, man, it's good, man. All is well, brother. All is just handling these transits. That's it.
What's been going on with you, Solomon? I noticed there's a little bit of stuff going on with like Facebook and like certain things going on. What's happening there? Because like I'm trying to read between the lines of your messages and find out what's going on. But
I have to put my messages out there like that, because if I don't, they're gonna mess around and stop it. They're gonna ban it or they're gonna flag it. You know, because I got monetized through Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all that. So after I got monetized through all that, I'm like, okay, so I can probably kind of enlighten minds, you know, like the right way, plus get paid for it. But man, it's way more crucial. It's like, that's how I know they don't really want the truth to come out. They don't really want people to elevate. You see what I'm saying? It's people like us that know. They try to keep us below the algorithm. You see? So it's certain posts that I put, right? And they warn me. They're like, okay, by me putting this post right here, they're going to bring it further down the algorithm. And I'm like, what? You know, like it totally throws me off, you see? But I come to see why now, though, you know? And plus I be talking about a lot of spiritual stuff, a lot of esoteric stuff. So I know that's part of the reason too, you see? So it's crazy, but I'm trying to deal with the other side of it, you see, because it's too late to stop, because I want to draw back, I really do, but it's too late because I put all my tax information in. So I try to take it as it goes, you know. But man, they try to stop it. They try to push it further down the algorithm. So that's why I kind of speak coded. The ones that kind of seem crazy, they let go up the algorithm. And I'm like, okay, yeah, you see, because I'm starting to peep it, you know. And then I tap into a lot of information. You see, like that's why I be outside a lot, because the connection is easier outside for some reason. I don't like being in the house too much, especially around Wi-Fi, but I'll get to that later. But once I do that, even on my TikTok, you know, now the thing about TikTok, they go by like literal views. You see, so the more views I get, they have no choice but to push it up the algorithm. You see what I'm saying? So it's like this right here, for instance. If I was to get a snippet of this, right, and post it on my TikTok of some of the best shit that we do, some of the best stuff that we talk about, you know what I mean? It'll be pushed up the algorithm, because I got a pretty good following on TikTok. They have no choice but to push me up the algorithm. It's just Facebook and Instagram, they own some weird stuff. So I try to like code it a little bit, you know, and because if I don't, it's gonna go way down the algorithm, and I don't get my numbers. And I'm like, this is so
Solomon,
strange.
I found that the other day with my trivia channel that I got. I found a funny clip from a He-Man cartoon. It's I don't know how it got through, but anyway, it was just a funny quote for about 10 seconds. And mate, I'm at 29,500 views with this.
That's good.
But the thing is, what I do, I'm like Diana. I think Diana and I are obsessed with beating this algorithm. You have a look at the other stuff with my band stuff. I'm getting 4,500 views on certain things, but then when you go to the stuff that we talk about, it's harder. And Jackie and I have talked about this. I get about thereabouts of 300-400 views, which is okay. But you don't get that kick up if you get where I'm going. So I get where you're at, mate. So it's just try. As I said, Diana and I have been going on about beating the damn algorithm all the time. So yeah, we hear what you're saying, mate.
Because that's what it's about right now.
Within the algorithm, can you not hear me properly?
Gotcha, mate.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Hear you clearly.
Okay. I've realized within the algorithm, if you're talking about positive stuff, uplifting stuff that could change people's lives, they don't really put you up there. But if you talk about negativity, if you're talking about destructiveness, if you're pushing anything to do with Satan, it goes straight up into the algorithm. That's one thing I've noticed. So it's like, you can see how destructive the human psyche has become, even down to the algorithm. And humanity is craving more negativity, more lower vibrational stuff. That's what the algorithm is telling us. But is that the truth? Do you know what I mean? Because there is a massive awakening that's happening. And it's like, go on, sorry.
I was going to say, just to cut in that one, when you're looking at the positivity stuff on TikTok, especially, it's not too bad. When I've got a lot of stuff on there that's very, very positive. Yeah. So
don't get me wrong, you will find you don't get me wrong, you hit the algorithm with positivity stuff. But what I'm trying to say is, if you talk about something, I don't know, like
how about heartbreak and breakup?
I get what Cortez is saying though. You see, feel me on this. My bad. I'm sorry.
No, you go.
No.
I totally get what you're saying. It's a lot of positive stuff out there. Yes, it is. You see, but now feel me on this. It's like the algorithm looks for like key words.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You see, like the way you said, mass awakening. You feel me? When you get to a certain part of self-awareness and you use certain key words, just like words trigger us, words trigger the algorithm. As above, so below. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I started kind of like tweaking my posts a little bit, because that's what I noticed. It's certain key words. Like
100%.
Yeah. Like one time I did a post about alcohol, right? And the way it's called spirits. The fact check came up off the fact that I said alcohol is spirits. And I'm like, you see what I'm saying? So what if I kind of like change the vibration of the word, or change the polarity of the word to something else? And when I did that, it went straight through. No fact checks, no nothing. But it was talking about the exact same thing, but on a level, I guess, like you say, that was not so positive. You get where I'm coming from? And it went straight through, dude. So I tested it, right? And this is what I do with the algorithm, bro. I will put some enlightening information out there. Positivity, I mean, fuck, man, excuse my French, but being positive is on you and me. We got to bring that in ourselves. You get it? So speaking out positivity, yeah, that's one thing. But when you use a key word for something that will activate your centers, you see, they'll shoot it down, or they'll try to fact check it, and it's weird in a way, yo. But they doing it like that. So it taught me how to kind of tweak it a little bit. Now, one time I put something enlightening and so spiritual, so uplifting, they shot it down the algorithm. But the minute I put something satanic, I mean, I got so many freaking views, it blew my mind.
100%. 100%.
The phrase that's striking me while we're talking about this is misery loves company. And it's almost like the people that are in charge of programming these algorithms understand that. And it's like the more they can push the videos that are like, you know, being put out by people who are stuck in victim mentality, the woe is me, the like, feel for me, like, let's connect together in our pain
right
kind
up.
of videos, like
trauma bonded.
Perfectly
yeah,
said.
like
Trauma
all of
bonding.
that stuff. If they use their algorithm to push that, they know it'll be successful no matter what, whether it's positive or negative. It's going to be successful because misery loves company.
Yes.
And
That's
people who are
perfectly
in
said.
misery are looking for that company. So it makes it like what Cortez was saying, it makes you feel like the whole world feels that way, when really the algorithm is just trying to find all the miserable people and put them together.
Exactly.
Feed off that negative energy.
Yeah.
100%.
We
It
know
doesn't
that
mean the
attention's
positive people
currency.
aren't
Yeah.
there.
The attention.
Yes.
Like it doesn't mean the
attention,
positivity's not there. It doesn't mean the positive posts and the people that want to come together as like-minded positive groups aren't there. It's just not what's being pushed. It's not what's being put to the forefront. And
It's really funny with that because you look at it. I look at all the heartbreak stuff. When I went through what I went through, I was right. My poetry is sort of writing about the heartbreak, but then heartbreak equals sort of victim mentality. You're right, Sarah. So you get that a lot when you're flicking through. Now I go, oh, I will not let you take my power again, for example, something like that degree. So it's still sort of trying to get out of that victim mentality, but they're starting in that victim mentality. If you get where I'm going, so it's indirect. The algorithm can't decipher between people really trying to get themselves out of what they're doing and the victims who are going, "Oh, woe is me."
Yeah, it kind of just lumps it all together.
Yeah, and it attracts. Yeah, and it attracts. You know, like Diana just said, attention is currency.
Yeah, it's attention. So, it's getting attention. It doesn't matter if it's positive or negative. It's still it's attention. You know.
Yeah, it's getting. You see what I'm saying? And that attention is the freaking energetic currency. Period. You know, and to put it on another scale, you know, this whatever it is, that's all I'm gonna say. Is feeding off of so much negative energy to the point where everything manifests here in a negative way. And that's the thing that I'm trying to figure out. Like how is it that we could reach our people? And I don't like saying our people like because they still kind of show a little separation somewhere. But it's got to be a way where we can reach more people, dude, where we can really activate people, enlighten minds and free minds. You see, because like you say, how you say misery loves company, that's the mind frame name. And even from, if you pay attention, most of these TikTok videos, right, they use like this sad little music to put you in a certain mood.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
It's like motivational videos, a lot of them.
Yeah.
They play with your...
It's interesting that you said like the music and stuff. I got a couple new followers off one video, and it's just like me filming the river flowing around a rock, and it's just got words about the flow of water and embracing the flow in your regular everyday life. And I had 3 private messages show up from that video, all saying like, "You've gotten a new follower, you're just so zen." But I wasn't talking in that video. It was just the music. It was literally just the music. And I'm just like, okay. So, you know, like, I'm just like, well, that's really great. Like, I feel really awesome that I got those followers and like that they're really like, they could pick up on my vibe just from a video without me even freaking talking about it. Or like, you know, but like what you said, the music will really trigger. And like my roommate, Willer, he's really funny. Like he always... There's like, oh, turn off the conspiracy videos because there's always that like one track that plays most of them. And he's just like, oh, stop watching conspiracy. I'm like, it's not a conspiracy video this time, I promise. But it's like the music, like it makes you feel that way. And like when he hears that music, he gets triggered because he's like, oh, conspiracy video. So it's like the music really does like play into like how we feel about what we're watching and what we're absorbing, right?
It's part
100%.
of creation, period.
We're just got to play the game, guys. Got to play the game. I'm trying to beat the bloody algorithm. So I've got to play the game.
And it's like a literal game. It's literally like a game, yo. And the more I see that, and I'm like,
great workers against the algorithm.
Yes, and that's exactly
My
how
theories
it is.
versus the algorithm. Let's play it. Main event anywhere in the country.
Well, listen. Taking it back to what Solomon said, how do we reach more people, right? I believe. Well, I personally have felt and know I have had an inner shift within the past 2 weeks because there is something that's happened to me, a metamorphosis that has happened inside of me, and it's shifted my perspective, my values, what matters to me, everything. And it's something that's happened automatically. It's something that's happened so organically. I haven't even had to think about doing it, but there's been a catalyst. And this catalyst was me hitting rock fucking bottom. Sorry about my language. Right? I hit rock bottom to the point where I was scared because I wasn't in control of my actions anymore. I wasn't in control of my thoughts, and I was doing things out of character, right? And it got to that point. I was talking to Jay earlier on the phone. It got to that point where I was so low, I couldn't go any lower.
And nowhere to go but up. That's what I say
There's
about rock bottom.
Yeah.
That's the same with me. I was like, I really can't go any lower. I was like, okay,
honestly,
might as well try to get better.
I staged myself. I blessed the house I was in, and I woke up the following day, and I still fucked up that following weekend. But do you want to know what? The difference was I still felt different inside, and it was just my old programs. You know, like when you're wringing out your flannel after the bath, if you have baths or whatever, and you're wringing out your flannel, and it's just wringing the last bit of programming and conditionings, and that's how I felt. That's what it feels like is happening to me.
A whole new level of self-awareness.
We've all gone through it.
You understand? And
you want a whole nother level, bro.
This weekend I was challenged, right? I was put into a position where I could have done the exact same thing of what I'd been doing the past previous weeks. But did I even think about doing anything like that? No, because I was tapped in, tuned in, plugged on to my higher self. And I felt the presence around me. I felt this, honestly, guys, man. And this is what my experience so far of this Mercury retrograde. And I don't even know how long we've been in it. And I can't even pinpoint that this is what has made this is the catalyst to it. But that's the only thing that I can think that's made me feel this way. Do you understand? I'm feeling very sensitive as well lately. I'm feeling very sensitive.
Me too.
Short-tempered.
Eclipse season too. It's also eclipse. There's a lunar eclipse on Friday, and we just had a solar eclipse the other week too. So
what's the lunar eclipse going to bring, Di?
I have to read that up, but I know the solar eclipse was a little more of the masculine energy. This is supposed to be more of the feminine energy, but it's like it's a full moon, so it's closing cycles. So it's I'm actually doing a video. I have to do a little more research on this one.
Let me tell y'all what it is. Let me tell y'all what it is. And I BS y'all not. Okay, look. I'm pretty sure y'all heard of astral projection and astral travel. You know what I mean? Okay.
I have something to say about that too, actually.
Me too.
And when you are there these days, right, you really have to protect yourself. Okay, you really do. If you're not used to really like being
protect yourself.
Yeah, because it's like this here. It's like imagine that you in the area that you think is safe, so you can just leave your door wide open. The minute you leave your door wide open and you unaware of something, just walk in. That's how it is right now, you know. But
100%.
But when you do path work, you kind of know who to call on. You know, you call on Michael, man. It's a done bun. You know, but what's here and what happened for the solar eclipse that just passed is a lot of negative energy here. It came through the portal. You see, a lot of people talk about how the portals open and the portals open, but we don't do nothing ourselves to pull the energy in that's supposed to be pulled in as a collective. You see what I'm saying? So by that happening, it's so much low level energy here, y'all, and it's feeding off of us.
I feel it, man. Yeah, and like I've been going in some real low states. Like I'll be
dark shit.
Like I'd be going like really up. I feel almost really good, and then something. It's almost like, you know, as a person that used to be a drug addict and everything, it almost feel like something is taking over my like my consciousness, but just getting me a really low. I mean, it's stuff. There's certain things. I've even talked to Solomon earlier this week. I mean, now I snapped out of it, but I was in like a weird. I'm not saying nothing I felt was real, but there's something I was like, I think overreacting to certain things, and I'm just letting. I don't know. I had all these very intrusive thoughts, and
that's how
trying
they
to
come.
self-sabotage either whether it's me, my relationship, or I mean, I might say nothing's valid. I mean, I had maybe a little bit of a concern about something, but it blew it up to this huge thing that I like freaked out. I feel like I had like a mental breakdown, dude, with multiple.
Honestly, that's how it feels. I cleansed myself and the house the other day, and Diana spoke me through it, and I physically felt the energy lift off of me, like it was a fucking jacket.
Because you've been doing the work. That's why.
Yeah.
The ones that haven't been doing the work, bro.
They're getting consumed.
Honestly, man, it was scary. It was scary, man.
It is. See, I want to ask you something so bad, bro. How? Okay, dude, I need help with this. How is your imagination, bro? How is your inner vision? Like, has it been
unbelievable?
Man, yo, like,
unbelievable. It's so vivid. It's like a film.
Yeah,
that's it. You're going through it. I did it.
You did it too. Like, I mean, whoa, yo. Like, I will sit here, dude. Like, okay, have you ever, Cortez, like in the past couple of weeks, man? That's how I know you've been doing it, bro. Like, have you ever just sat down, right? And it's like you go off in this esoteric world, bro. Like, you tap into your esoteric body so hard where you are literally sitting here, but you are seeing something that's
something completely different.
Yeah, bro.
The other day I was in a forest with a lake, yeah, waterfall. I kid you not. It only lasted 10 seconds. Don't get me wrong,
man. But it felt like a lifetime, right,
bro? And I was there. No one can tell me any different, man.
I 100% agree.
No one can tell me any different, man. And my sister has experienced this I think it was last year. She was watching EastEnders. I don't know if any of you lot know about EastEnders.
Oh, I know EastEnders.
Over in England, it's quite popular, right?
Home and away of England.
She was watching EastEnders, and then she went. She said she was watching that, and then she was on an operating table, right? And she started to wake up on this operating table, right? And the people that were operating around her started like not panicking, but they were like, "Oh, she's waking up. She's waking up." So, like, and then they tried to like put her under again. Do you understand? And she sensed all these people and beings around her, and then they put something over her face, and then she woke up, and then she was back into her body watching EastEnders again, right? But she said it was such an eye-opening experience for her because she's never left her body before. She's never astral projected. She doesn't really know what. Don't forget, she's spiritual. She's very clairvoyant. She's very sensitive, but she didn't really dwell within that sort of information before, so she didn't really know what was going on. But since then, she's had further experiences and she's seen certain things out in her back garden which other people don't see. Do you know what I mean? So she's seeing certain things that other people ain't seeing. So the veil was thinning, and people that have been on this path for a certain amount of time now are being, I wouldn't say forced, but best believe if you have demons still that are going to stop you from elevating into the fifth dimension, which is a consciousness. It's not a place.
It's a state of consciousness, yeah. And I think people all think we're going to leave this or they go to a brand new physical earth. It's a state of consciousness.
I stay away from those. I back away from them. I back away from them because
they want to get like beamed up, and I'm like, dude, you guys do the work. You're not getting beamed up till you do the work.
Unconditional love. Unconditional love is what Jesus Christ come onto this earth to teach us how to live. It's Christ consciousness, and we can't reach 5D without Christ consciousness, and we can't reach 5D with fear in our bodies,
without letting go,
and our minds and the ego. And that is exactly what I'd been forced to do the past 3 weeks. I've been forced to look at my demons.
Hey, Cortez, sorry to cut you off, mate. What about the shift when Wayne Dyer's sitting at the park and says, I'm practicing the art of non-interference.
Non-interference,
That's what we're doing. So we're basically stepping back, seeing it and letting it play out the way it is, letting go, whatever it may be. But that really hit me hard with that. So wherever you're guided to go, you know, you've got to do what you've got to do, and trust the universe that is guiding us as white lighters, as the white lighters of this earth.
100%.
To do what we've got to do, and we're moving to where we're going to move to better ourselves, to become the teachers. And I said, we've all gone through it. I was saying to you last night, Cortez, Sarah's done it, Diana's done it, Solomon's gone through it, I've done it, now you've done it. So the 5 horsemen, or whatever you want to call it, have you know, we just feel different. And I don't know about you guys, when you're going through the process, as Cortez and I agree, you go through that, you feel lonely at times because you're actually leaving the, say, one plane to go to the other, say 3D to go to 5D. So it's sort of like there's less people up there and you're leaving your friends that you know for so long, all that kind of stuff. What do you reckon, Di?
Yeah, I think the non-interference, that's a really good one to talk about, kind of just letting things take their natural flow state, allowing things to be, allowing people to do what they got to do. You know, we're all here on our own journey, and sometimes I think our ego wants to step in and control the situation, control the person, whatever it is, and especially if it's something that's related to some, like, deeper wounds we have. We want to sometimes control that so we don't experience that kind of pain or trauma again, or it brings you back sometimes. It triggers something. Maybe it's not exactly that, but it triggers that. That happens in a lot of relationships, I would say, in particular. But anything like that, just allowing it. But it's hard because we want to hold on, but we're trying to control something that you can't control. And the more you cling on to something, and it actually repels the things you want and the outcome that you want. So I think it just allowing, and it sounds easy, just allow, but it's not easy for a lot of people, and especially people who have a lot of trauma in their lives, or negative experiences, just a lot of emotional trauma. It can be hard because you feel like, and being in survival mode, if you're used to that, that's kind of like pushes you to want to control the situation. You're trying to like stay on top of it, but the more you attach, the harder it is.
Well, it's hard for people because, like you said, Dana, it's hard to detach, but it's because they find that identity within a lot of things they're trying to detach from.
Yeah.
Damn,
your identity is like rooted in it. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
So deep rooted that identity is in that, and they are their ego still. So detaching from things is one thing. Detaching from the ego is completely different. But it all comes hand in hand.
It's like
ascending, isn't it?
Yeah. See, but as you do that, I see what y'all talking about. Y'all helping me realize something right now. Okay, look, what's going on in my mind's eye right now? It's patterns, bro. As y'all talk, it's reflecting to me for some reason. So it's like, okay, trauma, right? And feel me on it. I'm trying to explain it how I see it. Trauma has a pattern as well. You see, just like there's so many patterns of the world. You see, that's why you don't conform to the patterns. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Once you identify a traumatic pattern, and I promise y'all, my mind's eye is showing me like a clock turning backwards. You see, so I'm trying to. Maybe it's like, man, like the original. It's okay. I think I kind of get it. Okay, like it's like this here. Okay, like picture yourself as a child, right? And could you imagine your very first traumatic incident? Your very first traumatic incident. The pattern would repeat over and over the older you get until you notice the pattern and say F fear and push through it, if you get what I'm saying.
100%.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that as long as we can see our patterns, you see, like you said, you was forced to see your demons. When you said that, that's when my mind's eye started like showing me things. You feel me? Because I was going through the same thing. Like getting these aha moments, these epiphanies, and I'm trying to filter it, and I'm sharing it through YouTube. I mean, not YouTube, but TikTok the whole time. And I'm thinking maybe people would comment and call me crazy, but they didn't, dude. They like so connected with that because then they like, how in the hell do you know? Because it's what I see in my mind's eye. It's what I'm forced to see. So when I figure it out, I mean, it is what it is. I can share it, but I strongly do believe the trauma that we face, it shows up in patterns. It's just that we be so busy, distracted, and looking out. We not understanding why a certain thing keep repeating over and over, be it person, place, or thing.
100%.